Let's get ready for Monday Mortgage Minute with your hosts, Tom McNamara and Bruce Woodburn.
All right.
Hello,
Happy
Bruce.
Monday to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is for
Hope
sure.
you enjoyed
Monday.
your Mother's Day.
I did. I took my wife out. I called my mom. We had a nice weekend. It was great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's always great to celebrate. Moms do so much for us. I know my kids took care of Michelle this weekend, and it was great. But there's a lot of activity going on out there, and you and I have a lot of things we need to cover in this. So anybody that's watching this, just stay in with us. We got some things we want to cover that I think we can help you with. So let's first talk about our class that we're going to be holding on the 21st. So this week, and the 21st is what, Tuesday?
Next Tuesday,
Next Tuesday, not this week, next week, next Tuesday from 6:30 to 8 in Maitland, Florida. We are doing a home buyer and seller class, dual dynamics, winning strategies for buyers and sellers. So you and I have done a lot of classes together.
Right.
We typically don't mix buyers and sellers.
No.
What a crazy idea. It's putting buyers and sellers in the same room. Who would do that? What kind of nutcases would do that, right?
Well, it's here's the thing, Bruce, is I think it was a really brilliant idea on your part because, at the end of the day, all sellers generally become buyers, right?
Yeah.
And all buyers eventually become sellers. So reality is, we all need to work together to come up with the right balanced solution for, each party. And as we move more and more towards a balanced market, I think it's going to become more and more important. And we're going to cover the market trends here in a few minutes.
Absolutely. So we're going to cover things that sellers can do to help them sell quicker and get more for their house. We're going to cover, and they need to attract buyers because we all know the elephant in the room is that interest rates are high, right?
Correct.
So the perception is interest rates are high. So buyers don't want to jump in. So only 2 in 10 buyers that want to buy are jumping in. So we need to make sure that we're sweetening the pot for them to make it attractive. So we're putting buyers and sellers together to strategize. And we're going to give you some winning techniques that will help you sell your house. And if you're a buyer, it is an amazing time to buy because sellers are willing to work deals right now.
Absolutely.
So, before we get into statistical numbers that I want everybody to pay attention to is I was reading an article because, everybody's complaining about interest rates right now. Nobody calls me up and I go, wow, I can't wait to share what interest rates are doing with you today. However, in 1971, interest rates, 30-year fixed, were 7.33%. What do you think they are now?
About the same.
About the same thing. Now, if you were one of those people that said, I'm going to wait for interest rates to drop before I buy, you would have waited 22 years.
Yep, 1993.
And houses went up 4 times. They quadrupled in price. So that would mean, and I don't know how, but I mean, we're talking 22 years. That would mean a $400,000 house would be worth $1.2 million.
Right. Well, yeah. And back in 71, I mean, let's face it, you could pick up most houses for, let's say, 40 grand, but,
40, 50 grand. That's about right.
Right. And so, now they're 200 grand in 93. And, all you did was save a few bucks in interest. Meanwhile, by the way, you probably paid a boatload of money in rent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right?
So listen, sellers are working deals. Buyers need to buy. Rent is 100% interest. Don't be foolish. Don't step over dollars to pick up pennies. We can help you with that. And we work with buyers and sellers to come to a meeting of the minds to make things easier. Hey, let's look at some numbers. I'm curious to know what's going on.
Let's talk about the other class we got. We have the Hometown Heroes.
Yes. Hometown Heroes, first-time home buyer. Now, here's the thing. This is a call to action because this program will not last. It's going to be here. It'll be a flash in the pan. but we have a lot of people that are expressing interest about getting Hometown Heroes because it's flexible down payment assistance. You can make up to $130,000 a year. You got to have a 640 credit score. You don't need any money down. The down payment gives you 5% of the loan amount to cover closing costs, down payment, prepaid escrows, and the interest rates are set by the state of Florida, and they're slightly lower than prevailing rates.
Correct.
You got nothing to lose.
Absolutely. I've actually got several buyers that are already lining up for that money. And I know for a fact that, I mean, we talked about it last time this happened. It took 5 weeks. I will bet you dollars to donuts that it goes faster.
Yeah, it won't. I don't think it'll last 4 weeks. Now, I'd be shocked if it lasts 5, but it's $100 million and anybody can get it if you're a first-time home buyer. So
correct.
You've got to take action. But listen, this takes some strategy, understanding how the program works to make sure it's right for you, because it's not going to be right for everybody.
Nope.
Okay. And there's other down payment assistance programs that might even give you more money or have different options available. So we're going
to talk about those too, right? So
we're going to in this class, because I want all of our listeners to walk out of this class knowing which program they want to get. And it might be different depending on where in the state of Florida you're living.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah,
so go to WeBringYouHome.com to register for either one of those classes or both. Because they will be different. But WeBringYouHome.com, register in advance. How much are we charging to get in these?
We're not charging anything as far
as that's insane. The information that you're going to walk away with on this is invaluable. I think, you go to these weekend seminars and you pay $2,500 for it, and then you walk away and you go, you're all psyched up, and then nothing happens. Yeah. This is down and dirty. We're going to teach you what you need to know to be able to get into a house. First-time home buyers, move-up buyers, and sellers. We got the whole week covered here.
Absolutely. Sounds great, man. Hey, so we wanted to cover a little bit on some things that are going on in the market itself, right?
Yep. So I'm really curious about these numbers. So I want you to explain to me each one. And we're short for time, so let's cover this quick.
Yeah, we'll try to go through it quick. So active listings, right, is how many listings are active in a snapshot in the month, right? So we had 61,000 active listings in April 2024, which is up 55% from a year ago. So April 2023, we only had 39,000, right?
Right.
So that's a lot more listings.
A lot more listings.
However, if you look at new listings, while it's up from 19,000 to 23 new listings that came on during April, it's only up 23%.
Okay.
And that's because
23% is a lot.
It's a lot, but it's not as many as are currently active. And that's why, if you look all the way to the right on the bottom where it says months of inventory, you'll see that we went from 2.4 in April of 2023 to 3.7. And I think months of inventory is the most key factor in looking at how hot a market is. So to give you an example, back in 2021, when we were just going absolutely crazy, we had less than 1 month's worth of inventory.
Oh, we had less than 3 weeks at one point.
I was going to say it was down to like 0.65, right? I mean, it was just crazy. So the fact that we have 3.7 feels like it's like, oh my gosh, it takes forever to sell a house.
Sellers get nervous. Sellers get nervous at that too.
They do. And that's not even like a balanced market. A balanced market is 6 months, right? That's historically what a balanced market is.
So interestingly enough, even though when you look at the amount of homes on the market and the length of time of inventory, that leads you to believe that we're deep into a seller's market. But the behavior is more of a buyer's opportunity.
It's a buyer's opportunity for sure, because sellers are more likely to deal, right? They're more likely to lower price, offer a concession. I mean, most sellers these days, if I approach them with, hey, I've got a buyer, here's what they wanted to offer, they're like, yeah, let's do that. Let's give them this, let's give them that. Now, people don't like to give up money easily, right? But they do, and they are, because they realize that, they've been on the market for 30 days, 60 days. They've had 5 or 6 people look at their house, and one of them finally wants to make an offer, they don't want to let it go, you know?
Right. Right.
So, but interestingly, it had this stall of the market has not negatively impacted our average sales price. So
Not at all. Not at all.
We're
Matter
still
of fact,
up 5% over a year,
which is 2% higher than an average market in a normal market.
Absolutely. That's right.
And so all these people that are sitting around waiting for interest rates to drop are losing more money in equity every single month.
That's right.
By not getting into the market. And listen, look, there's a lot of people out there that just think they're going to wait for interest rates to drop. I'm going to tell you, you're making a mistake. You will pay the price in the price. And you could have been in the home and refinanced later. Everybody that's getting a mortgage right now, when rates hit 5.25%, we're all going to refinance. So get into the home now so you gain the equity. You think about that. On a $400,000 house, you missed out on about $22,000.
Yeah, 20. It's right there. 20. It's $23,000, right? According to this number right here.
Yep.
So, that's a reasonably large amount of money to go up in 1 year. Of your average.
That's a $2,000 a month payment.
Yeah. So anyway, that's telling to me right there. We're getting ready to head into what is the true seller's portion, right, of the summer. I mean, we always see summertime, a lot more transactions,
Sure.
A lot more going on. I have more listings coming up in the next 2 weeks than I've had in a long time, kind of all at once. And, some of it is just, how things lined up for these people. But some of it is they were waiting for summertime to sell.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, there's definitely seasons for selling. There's actually even a date that the most sales are made. And I think it's April 17th, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that.
There is an actual date, believe it or not. But
Yep.
I think through the summer, people are home, they're hanging out, doing things in the yard. Then they're starting to think about which schools my kid going to get into. And if I'm going to get them into that school district, I need to own in that school district. And we can help you with that. We can absolutely help you sell your home, buy another home anywhere in the United States of America. Even your dog likes that, right?
My dogs are very excited.
They're very excited about that. See, so look at, I know that you're not going to be excited about interest rates, but that'll be fixed. It's a temporary problem. Let's get you into the home so that you can start gaining that equity and it won't keep climbing on you. Right. Yep. And we got the programs. We got the first time home buyer programs, move up programs. We got sellers willing to make deals. We're connecting everybody together.
Absolutely.
You just don't sit on the sidelines and watch this go by.
Especially if you're renting. If you're renting and you're in a position to not rent anymore, why not do it? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to continue to rent. Although I love my tenants.
Well, you and I are both landlords, so if it wasn't for tenants, we wouldn't be making a bunch of money in our rental income. And the fact of the matter is though, even one of my tenants called me over the weekend and he says, Bruce, I just love the house. I'd love for you to sell it to me. And I said, you know what? That's probably going to be my retirement home, but I'll tell you what, I'll help you get your next one.
There you go.
So, but take care of your tenants. But the fact of the matter is you don't get anywhere when you're renting. There's no such thing as a rich renter.
Nope, absolutely not. Well, hey, Bruce, listen, man, it's been good catching up with you today. Yep. We got to make sure we get those seats, get those butts in seats for those two workshops.
Yeah, we're working on that. We've got some signups already in, and we'll have some snacks there for you. And we're going to drill down. There will not be a sales pitch in this. This is going to be information gathering, so you can leave with a lot of tools. All right.
Bruce. You make it a great week. I'll talk to you later.